It was so jaw-dropping that it all really happened, that it felt important to try to tell the story as authentically as we could. And, you need to have certain plot points because he did do these things, but you don't need to embellish them.
Well, looks like Netflix's Monster may not be as authentic as we think. Anne E. Schwartz, a former crime reporter who first broke the story of Jeffrey Dahmer's gruesome murders in 1991, is calling out the show and pointing out what she says they got wrong.
I really think we're different.
Yeah, the critically acclaimed Evan Peters-led series, well, Anne says they're dramatizing the story to make it entertaining.
Guess I'm getting what's coming to me, huh?
Anne worked for the Milwaukee Journal at the time of Dahmer's arrest. She says the show does not bear a great deal of resemblance to the facts of the case. Here's why. In an interview with The Independent, Anne opens up about the smell referenced multiple times throughout the show.
What is that smell?
According to Anne, it's actually not what it seems. Quote, I was a crime reporter for 5 years, so I know what it smells like when you walk into a building with a dead body or a decomposing body. That was not that. This was a very chemical smell.
That smell is worse than ever.
Is it?
In the series, Niecy Nash plays Glenda Cleveland, the neighbor who first alerted police of Dahmer's suspicious behavior.
To tell this story, specifically through Glenda's lens, as it had never been done before. So that comes with a lot of responsibility because you want to make sure you get it right.
But Anne points out there are some inaccuracies here, too.
Glenda, hey.
Jeff, sorry to bother you, but there's a smell coming from your apartment.
The series features many hallway encounters between Dahmer and his neighbor, but Anne claims none of that ever happened. In fact, Anne says Glenda didn't live across the hall. She actually lived in a completely separate building. Quote, I had trouble with buy-in because I knew that was not accurate, but people are not watching it that way. They're watching it for entertainment.
911.
Hello, this is Glenda Cleveland. Can you send an officer to the Oxford Apartments?
What's the emergency?
Well, I think it's a fight going on next door, and somebody is either being hurt or killed.
Over the course of his murders, Dahmer killed 17 victims.
No one had a clue as to what was happening for over a decade.
At the time, it was almost addictive. It was almost a surge of energy.
And as the show implies, his parents played a large part in his urges.
The body is kind of
dissected. Lionel knows all about that. He's who kind of sparked Jeff's interest in the subject.
Remember when you used to take me to go and find roadkill and we'd cut him up?
Oh, no. You're not gonna lay this on me, no.
Okay.
It's not my fault. I didn't do this. I was a good dad to you.
In reality, Dahmer made it clear no one but himself was to blame. And explains, quote, for someone who didn't show any emotion or seem to care about anything, he was very protective about his parents. He had no inflection in his voice. He just said, no one was responsible for what I did except me.
To this day, I don't know what started it. And the person to blame is sitting right across from you. That's the only person. Not parents, not society, not pornography. I mean, those are just excuses.